Leanne, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Acting Returning Officer and their team for their hard work in delivering this result in a professional manner, a world-breaking manner for Cardiff West, I hear. Thank you also to the police, keeping us safe. All of your contributions, especially after so many hours, a long day, gives reassurance to our democratic process. I'd also like to thank my fellow candidates for the manner in which this campaign has been fought. This deserves special mention, as whilst we can disagree in politics, we should strive to do so with decency, honesty and respect. Doing so is not a sign of weakness, but of confidence in ourselves. I want to pay tribute to my agent, Stephen Penner, for his professionalism and support. I also want to thank my local constituency party, and in particular those that turned out to give their advice, guidance and time to help secure my election. I'm particularly thankful to those first-time canvassers who came out to support my campaign, and those members from our wider movement who have supported me since my selection. And with apologies to those names I don't have time to mention, I want to pay particular thanks to Peter Bradbury, Laura Rochefort, Gareth Knowles and Kevin Crawford, along with his wonderful wife Wendy, for their diligence, their honesty and their kindness. I also want to pay tribute to my predecessor, Kevin Brennan. Kevin served this constituency with distinction as an MP for 23 years and as a councillor before that. I know I have big shoes to fill. I'm grateful to him and his wife Amy for their advice and support. There are two more quick thank yous I must publicly make. First, to my family, my mum, my dad and my sister. My family have inspired my values of public service and have made me a better person. They have been here campaigning for me and I love them dearly. I celebrate this election with them. The other thanks is to my husband, Timur. Timur and I celebrated our 6-year wedding anniversary 5 days ago here in Cardiff West. We met more than 12 years ago at a time when I was still struggling to acknowledge, let alone accept, that I was gay. Through all of that, Timur had the love and patience to support me in accepting who I was and in being honest about that. When I considered putting myself forward as a candidate at this election, he was the one cheering me on the loudest. I would not be here without his love, support and friendship. I love him so very much. Since being selected, I've been all over this fantastic constituency, speaking to as many voters and residents as I can. I know that some of you today lent your vote to Labour because you shared in our belief that this country needs change. For those voters, as well as those long-standing Labour voters that supported me, thank you for your support and trust. And to those whose vote I did not earn today, please know that I will serve every one of you to the best of my ability. It is an immense honour and also a great responsibility to be elected as a Member of Parliament for Cardiff West, and I will do my utmost as a proud Welshman to represent you and to help secure a stronger, fairer future for all of the people of Cardiff West. To that end, I will work honestly and constructively with our locally elected representatives here in Cardiff and the Welsh Government. Today, the Labour Party, under the clear leadership of Keir Starmer, has received a decisive mandate for change. The country today will wake up to a new beginning after 14 years of Conservative governance, a period of time which has seen declining living standards for the first time in a Parliament in many years, the highest tax burden on the public since 1948, and a cost of living crisis. We ran this election as a changed Labour Party. This vote is a vote for the change we need, one that is focused on the priorities of working people. Never again can we return to the chaotic politics and cheap slogans of the populist right. Keir Starmer has been realistic about the challenges we face and the practical steps we can take. However difficult our starting point today is, there is reason for optimism. Exactly 76 years ago today, to the very day, the National Health Service, the greatest peacetime achievement in British social history, was delivered under the Labour government of Clement Attlee, driven on by the Grey Nine. The NHS was forged in the shadow of a destructive war and an exhausted population. In spite of these challenges, this great undertaking, born on the premise of being universal, comprehensive and free at the point of delivery, has been the envy of the world since. Just as the Labour government made a difference then, so too can we again in 2024. And I am confident that Labour will, under a Keir Starmer government, rise to the challenge, and I will do my part to support that and to represent Cardiff West in this endeavour. Deal to power, thank you very much.
Hey!